Guys, SEO is hard as When I was starting out, I wish I could have paid someone to guide me through these SEO mistakes instead of having years and years of having websites with zero traffic. Especially mistake number 4, that's the one that completely changed my SEO game. The first thing I did when I was starting out in SEO was to build a fake dental website. This is a real story. When I was learning about SEO, what I tried to do is create a fake dental website and try and rank it for the specific area that I was living in. But I made a huge mistake. Out of all the text on my homepage, I didn't have a single heading. As a result, I was placed directly on the 5th page. When I started learning about headings and I finally understood what I had to do, that I had to include an H1 and a couple H2s to actually structure my website, that's when I jumped directly to the first page. Guys, this stuff really matters for Google. It helps us structure our pages and we need to make sure that we're including them on all of our pages. A second really common beginner mistake that I see a lot is not using the blog properly. A lot of website owners go out, they pay a bunch of money to get their website made, and then they just expect traffic to just come pouring in left and right. This is not what happens. So we need to realize that once our website is built, that's actually when the work starts. SEO starts then. Think of your finished website as a car without an engine. Once we start posting consistent, high value and engaging content, that's when we have an engine for that car and we actually move our website on to the next level. So we can't forget to use our blog on every single website. It's always important to use our blog. It's the SEO superpower that a lot of websites ignore. So we need to be using our blog to write really good and really engaging content. But the thing is, what type of content should we be making and what keywords are we targeting? This is the third mistake that I see really often. It's forgetting to do keyword research. A lot of people create a website and they think they can just start writing and using the blog for whatever comes to mind. And the harsh truth is that if you do that, most likely you won't get a lot of traffic. So what we need to do is we need to go out and do keyword research. Now, I understand how expensive these keyword research tools are. I started out and I didn't want to pay Ahrefs $100 or $150 for that monthly subscription. So I tried anything and everything possible to get away with as many free tools as possible. I want to show you guys a tool that is actually really useful to do a bit of keyword research, to go out and to know whether the keyword that you want to target on Google actually has traffic. So if there are actually people that are looking for that specific keyword. So the tool that I want to show you guys is called Keywords Everywhere. If we look them up on Google, we can find them right away. And what they do is they're a Chrome extension that allows you to see really basic information for specific keywords that we want to target. So if we're not down for paying $100, $200 a month for these really expensive keyword tools, this is a really great way to go around it and to not have to use a lot of those free tools that oftentimes don't have the most accurate information. So what does Keywords Everywhere actually do? So for $10 a month, this is the lowest tier, you get 100,000 credits. But guys, important thing, 1 credit is 1 keyword. So that's 100,000 keywords that we can use up. That's a lot of space, that's a lot of information. So the $10 really goes a long way. So if we, for example, look up how to make banana bread, this is exactly what we use this tool for. So we can see that the volume is 246,000 searches a month. That's an insane amount. The CPC is 59 cents, so the cost per click. So if I were to run an ad, how much would I pay for that click? And then the competition is 0.01. So this is out of 1. 1 would be the most competitive, 0.00 would be the least competitive. So we've done that keyword research, but what about other keywords related, right? That's also one of the things that we use these really powerful keyword research tools for, right? We find a lot of suggestions and a lot of related keywords that also have similar traffic. What we can do here is we can use Google's help. So Google does a lot of this work for us. All we have to do is look at the suggestions that they gave us. So if we put our mouse on the text inside the Google search bar, we can see that it's already giving us some suggestions. So we have easy, moist, without oven, muffins, etc., right? And another thing we can do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and see that we also have some related searches that aren't maybe included in the autocomplete in the search bar. So now we've gone out, we've done a bit of keyword research, we know how much volume there is, so it's a keyword that we're interested in. We've seen some suggestions as well for other keywords to include in our content, and now we can go out and we can write that content. 15 years ago, you could do keyword stuffing, you could stuff the out of some landing page full of keywords, and you would rank above other people that had fewer keywords in their text. A few years ago, we saw that really long content was really highly valued for Google. So you'd look up something like how to make banana bread and you'd find 15,000 words of absolute garbage filling up that page, but also taking up the #1 spot. SEO is a constantly evolving space and we need to be updated with real and with trustworthy content. This was the mistake that really changed my SEO career, because when I started going out and reading content that was actually trustworthy and that actually made sense and that was up to date, that's when I got a grasp of all the things that are important for that specific time when I was doing SEO. So for today, I really recommend going out and reading the Ahrefs blog. They produce amazing content. They've been doing it for quite some time now. Backlinko is also Brian Dean. He's a great resource for anything related to SEO. So if you guys are starting out, it's a huge mistake to read and to follow outdated SEO tips and SEO tricks. Those won't work today. A lot of things have changed and we need to be up to date. The final thing I want to cover today is a really common mistake that I see when people are getting to SEO, and it's mistakes relating to link building. Link building in itself is really hard. There's a lot of things that can go wrong and it can get really expensive. I've actually made a link building mistakes video, which you can check out right here. But the reality is that if we're starting out with SEO and we're looking to get links, we're looking to get some authority for our new website, we want to make sure that we're choosing relevance over any other metric. We want to make sure that the website that's linking out to us is relevant and that we do see some real potential relationship from that partnership that we're doing with them. So what I mean by that is, does it actually make sense for that website that's linking out to us to have that link on their website? So if I'm a cooking website that's talking about banana bread and I have made a new banana bread article and I want to get a link to that, having a link from a website that talks about gambling isn't going to make a lot of sense and isn't going to be really relevant. So if it's a website that also talks about cooking or talks about cooking appliances or anything in that niche, something that is actually relevant, then we're good to go, and then we should actually entertain that option. Otherwise, it most likely isn't gonna help out in SEO. And this is a mistake that I've made a lot. I've bought a lot of really links that weren't relevant and that have tanked a lot of my websites. But that's how you learn, and I hope you guys learn from this video. See you guys in the next one.